Today I'm here with Dorito. As you can see, he's just chilling on my hand. But today, I thought since it was summertime and it was the end of spring and your bearded dragon's getting out of brumation. If you don't know what that is, brumation is basically where bearded dragons go into a thing called hibernation, basically. But it's not really hibernation. They kind of like bears, they'll shut down their system, they'll go to sleep. But they basically go to sleep during the winter and when it's cold enough because they like that hot temperatures. But it can also, it's called brumation for like reptiles and stuff like that. But in simpler terms, it's basically almost the same thing as hibernation. It's a little more different just because they are reptiles, not mammals. But stuff like that, it's almost the same thing. Bearded dragons can go for about maybe even 2 days, 6 weeks, or up to 6 months. But this is my bearded dragon Dorito, and so if you want a video of more detailed information about brumation for bearded dragons, I can do that. Just comment down below and then I'll do it. But Dorito has not gone into brumation yet. I got him about 8 or 9 months. It's 8 months now. I think almost 9. And so when I got him in September, so it was already in the winter, so he wasn't really old enough to go because his body wasn't like that. But hey, go up there. He's gonna crawl down. But he was still, so he didn't really go, so I haven't like experienced, but I can still give you some tips if you want. But anyways, this video is going to be about mating season for female and male bearded dragons. So Dorito, as far as I know, I'm 99% sure, he is a male. He gives like the symptoms, like he acts like a male, and then he also looks like a male under his bottom area. I'll try to either show a picture or just like put it in the left corner somewhere of how to sex your bearded dragon. And if you want like a detailed video about that, I'll do that too. But anyways, we're going to go into mating season. So mating season is basically mating. They're trying to make babies. Pretty simple to understand. Bearded dragons do need to be about a certain age, so they probably need about no less than 6 months. But the typical age is around 8 months for like their first session, I guess you could say, of mating season. Mating season typically happens in the spring, summer, not really in the winter. And also people start seeing symptoms of it after brumation. That's why I mentioned that first. So Dorito here is a male. If I can get him, he's gonna just climb on there. And so he is 8 months. So lately he has been showing signs. So we're gonna go into males. So we're gonna start with male bearded dragons since that was what Dorito is. So in mating season, male bearded dragons, which I don't know what that, are pretty prone to give black beards. Black beards is basically, wait, what are you doing? You just don't want to cooperate. Is basically this little area of like their little flab right here in their beard. They'll basically puff it out and then it'll turn black and then they'll get aggressive. He's definitely shown some of that because he is getting mating season. But he's definitely gave me, if I get near him and he doesn't like it, he will give me some signs. I'm gonna go run. He'll definitely give me some signs. So if you don't know what that is, I'll link down my behavioral, I think it's behavioral, something like that, bearded dragon video, just because that shows it and like what it is. The next thing that symptoms are is bobbing the head for male bearded dragons. So male bearded dragons, when they're mating, they will like get on top of, so pretend this is like the female bearded dragon and this is the male. They'll basically get on top of the female, and then they'll mate that way. And they'll also like bite their neck to latch on. So they'll like bob their head to show that they're ready to mate. So if your bearded dragon is starting to show signs of black beards or bobbing their head, that typically it can be other signs like they're scared or something. But typically in the summer, it can mean that they are getting ready to mate. I will say females can do this, but this is going to be like mostly for male bearded dragons. So they'll do that. Another thing that he likes to do is, which I don't know if I know most male bearded dragons in mating season do those two, but for Dorito, he for some reason likes glass surfing. And I did a little bit of research when I got Dorito, but I've done some more now in its mating season. And basically, if they are, also if you don't know what glass surfing is, it's basically where, come here, I gotta show them. It's basically where they'll stand up on their hind legs and then they'll like put their whole body in the glass. So basically when it's mating season, they are doing that and like scratching at the glass, pawing at it, because they want to get out to go find a female to mate. And people might say, also is this because they're scared? Do they just want to get out? Do they want attention? Or do they not like their tank? It could be that. So I would make sure, like, if you just reorganize your tank all of a sudden, I would take something out if like that's making him glass surf. But Drew has never glass surfed in the 8 months I've had them, and now every time I come in here I see him glass surfing. And so that's basically because they want to find that female and then they want to latch onto them and then make babies. So that's another thing for male bearded dragons, and females can sometimes do this too, is pacing the cage. So Dorito, I found that he doesn't really give black beards or bobbing heads. He does that sometimes, like when he's out of his tank, he does that a lot. But when he's inside of his tank, he mostly paces around the tank. Like he'll run from this side of the tank to that side, back and forth. And then he'll also glass surf. So that's basically, and he's never done that before, so it's not like he's scared. But if you do see them doing that all the time and it's not in the summer and it's like the winter or fall, that's probably because they want out or they're like stressed or something. So you might want to try to fix that problem, like give them a bigger tank if it's too small, something like that. But if it's during the spring or summer for male bearded dragons, it basically just means, once again, they're trying to get out and find that female to mate. So now we're going to go into female. So I do not obviously have a female bearded dragon because Dorito is a male. But we're just going to be talking about them anyways, because it's good to know if you do have a female on what to know and stuff like that. So female bearded dragons, they don't like to bob their head or black beards. So for females, it's basically digging and is mostly digging, glass surfing. It's pretty simple for females, in my opinion, just because male bearded dragons have symptoms where it can be anything. But they basically dig. So most bearded dragon females will dig when it's mating season, or because if you don't know this, female bearded dragons can actually have not fertile eggs, but they can lay unfertile eggs even if they don't mate. So in breeding season, after they get out of brumation, if they start gaining weight or not eating as much, they might have eggs in them. And if you want me to do a separate video just on laying eggs, I can do that. And I'm not like so experienced in this topic just because I didn't do as much research, because I wanted to do get a male, but if I am wrong, you can correct me down below. But most bearded dragon females like to dig. So, and if you see them scratching at the bottom of the glass, digging up their, what's it called? Substrate, that's probably a good sign if you don't know even that it's a female. Number one, males don't usually do this. Yes, they can, but they don't usually. Males give off the other signs when they're mating. They don't lay eggs, obviously. But females do, so they dig, and most reptiles like to dig, and you can get them a play box, a digging box, whatever you want to call it, to dig into if they have non-fertile eggs or fertile eggs. They can do that. And even if they, and you've taken them to the vet, if they don't have non-fertile or fertile eggs, you still might want to have it, just because it might give them stressed out if they're like scratching out their substrate, if it's like not loose substrate, or the glass, because they want to dig. So that can be a good thing, just even if you are know that they don't have fertile or non-fertile eggs. So that's really it for mating season. Bearded dragons and some reptiles like to show signs when they're mating. So, and I also will say one thing, when they're mating, especially for males, females might be a little more laid back, but I'm not as experienced in females, like I said. But males, especially for Dorito, he's gotten crazy. Like, and a good way to, whoa, he just slid off my hand. A good way to fix that is get them a toy. So I have like a little plush toy that I just let him play with. I don't really let him play with it just when he's in his cage, just because I want to watch him, just so he doesn't like, tear it up and then get himself impacted. And he just likes laying on that, and I don't know if it's like, it's kind of like symbolizes them mating. He likes to just lay on it because I think it makes them think that they're mating, and that helps him calm down, because if I don't, he'll like seriously run in my room. But like it might be a little normal, like he'll like to walk around my room, but now that it's mating season, he loves running around, which isn't really a problem in my room because it's nice and confined. But if you don't have like a nice confined area, a little stuffed animal toy will be. I do not know where it's at the moment. But that's really it. Let me get Dorito because he's ran all the way over there to the other side of my bed. But this is Dorito, as I said. You can like down below if you want. If you have any comments or questions, I will try to answer them. And my Instagram is linked down below also. You want to say bye, Dorito? Say bye.